Zana, Dandavats, Hare Krishna. Are you there? We can't hear you. Or I can't hear you.
Okay. Yeah. I can stay only till 2 o'clock, 2:05, something like that. I have
Not
to
so
go
well.
to work.
A little bit. Oh, now.
Too much light. Maybe
Now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Now you can hear me now.
Oh,
I said like I too much light.
yes, you look like you're bathing in light.
I don't know what to
Yeah.
do. And I said like I can stay till 2:05 because I have to go to work.
Oh,
Okay. And
no,
I may
I
see
don't want you to go.
Krishna. Yeah, I may see Krishna Keshava tomorrow. What?
You're so busy. You're so busy these days.
Um, it's just because I give these tennis lessons, and with the weather, sometimes they switch on Saturdays in the middle of the day.
Okay.
This is what happens.
As long as you are
You
well.
know, it's money. What can I do? Because like I asked to have a lesson later today, but they asked to give it at 2:30,
Okay.
and I said, yeah,
Good.
okay.
You're making a lot of money. But what are you
Yeah,
going?
not a
No?
no, not a lot of money. I
Okay.
wish the weather would be better, so otherwise a lot of lessons are skipped. Not a lot, just a little bit.
Did you get your vaccine already?
Yeah, well, in the beginning of May.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. So you're safe.
Mhm.
Pretty much safe.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to make this less light.
Oh, sounds like you have a big mouse there.
Mm, it's just like something underneath the laptop. Well, you saw my face, you know what I look
Okay. Haribol.
like. Harimo.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandat Pranam.
Dandavad.
How are you, Maharaj?
I'm okay. Thank you, Uma. Dear Uma.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Uma Didi.
Now, how far away are you from Princeton, Maharaj?
How far are we from Princeton? About an hour.
And when you were coming to Princeton, to NASA, how would you travel from your home? Which
Oh,
roads did you take?
we take what the back roads.
Which ones?
Um, what is it called? 539. 539.
And going through. So you were in. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavas Maharaj,
Dandavad.
Dandavas Uma Devi, Dandavas Sana,
Dandat Pranam, Maharaj. Dandat Pranam.
Vandavat.
Dandavas.
39. 539 goes. Uh, what is that road?
Count 33.
What? 539. No, it crosses. It crosses. It's perpendicular to 33. No, we don't go. That's perpendicular to Route 1. Goes across 33 and Route 1. It's really south.
Yeah,
South.
well,
We go
it's
southwest to Princeton, and so we have to come southeast to where we are.
you in Tom's River.
Tom's River. Whiting is near Tom's River.
What?
Whiting. It's called Whiting, and it's near Tom's River. It's the next town
Oh,
over.
I know how to. I drove on 33 south to the shore to Red Bank, and I mean I saw when you on 33. I think there are signs there, Tom's River.
Um, the way you get to here from Red Bank would be the Parkway. If you took the Parkway south,
Oh, it
we're
depends.
we're off
Depends. Like
we're off exit 82.
because like I don't like I traveled Parkway only once. I don't like it, so I like taking like little roads, local little
Oh,
roads.
the main roads.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you take the main roads,
Not the main roads. I like taking like 3 digit little
yeah.
roads
Uh huh.
through little towns, stuff like that.
Yes.
Not a
Well,
big parkway.
then you'd have to take 539.
Uh-huh.
539. Let's see. I'm trying to think what other.
To
Well, if
where? 539 goes to where?
539 goes to
It
Whiting,
it
goes right into Whiting.
no 539. Does it go
It
straight
goes into
to
70.
Princeton?
Into 70.
Uh huh.
539 goes into Route 70.
Uh huh.
You know where Route 70 is?
Yeah.
Okay. They're there and at the crossroad of 539 and 70. That's Whiting.
No, but to like 70 doesn't go to Princeton. So
70, no,
which one takes you to Princeton?
70 will go into Trenton. If you take
70?
70, yes. If you take
No.
70 west, it'll go into Trenton.
In Trenton it goes 195 to get
195,
to.
yes, that'll also go there.
No, like if you, when you drive from Princeton,
When we drive to,
when we were at Nassau, like how would you get out?
oh, if we're in
What?
Princeton, we take Alexander Road.
Uh huh.
Huh? Take that all the way
Yeah.
down, and then there's a little
Uh
couple of little roads there, and
huh.
from those little roads, you'd have to go to what is that park? Mercer County Park.
Uh
Go
huh.
down that road. That takes you to the park, and then you go down to Church Street, and then you
Hmm.
cross 33, and you take that road. I think it's called, what is it called? Windsor? You don't know.
So you go. I mean, like the big road is the 33, which you will travel for a little
No,
bit,
we
right?
cross. No, we just cross it.
You cross it.
We don't go on that.
Mhm.
But like I said, they take Alexander, and they go
Mhm.
down the little roads there,
Mhm.
and you get to Church Street. Church Street crosses 33, and then you keep going straight. I think it's called Windsor Road, and you keep going straight on that until you get to 539. We're going the other way. Windsor and what's that other road called? Anyhow, something like that. You're planning to come down and visit us?
Because like that's far away. I used to work in Lakewood.
Where?
In Lakewood,
Oh, Lakewood. Yeah,
I used to work there
yeah.
a long
That's
time
in this
ago,
area.
and I know that
On 70, you go to Lakewood for on 70.
not 70. I would travel there. I would take 195.
Oh,
from me,
195.
from where I live.
Okay.
Like I can walk towards that the intersection of 195. So I
Yes.
take 195 all the way to Route 9, where it crosses.
You know where Six Flags is?
Yes, yes. So I would go like other to when I traveled several times. I would go to Route 9 and then on Route 9 down south to Lakewood to wherever,
Okay.
or I would go on 195 and I would go to I think Jackson Mills, and then I would take this 526.
I don't know. I think
Well,
I
526,
yeah,
it's
536.
526.
You know where 536 is?
530. Yes, I know.
Okay.
So, no, okay, Jackson Mills is after Six Flags, but I'm looking at the map right now, and I know like when I was going, so 195, and then this 526 will take me to Lakewood, and then eventually it's in the vicinity of Brick Township, and then I see that this Tom's River is a little bit. If you go on 9, you go down 9.
Yes. Mine will go
That
right into the center of, not to the center, but into the main street of Tom's River.
Yeah, like from where I live, and I know I was in Lakewood, and my work was, Lakewood. There is a little airport there.
Lakewood Airport. No, I don't know where that
In
is.
Lakewood, there is.
Okay.
Uh,
There's a Jewish community. The
yeah, there is a huge Jewish community there, but I work so from where I worked, it was like mm, maybe two, like maybe 10, not even 10 minutes. It was very, very close to, I believe it's called Brick. If I would continue on
okay.
that road, I'd go to Brick. But, and I know it took me like 15 minutes from where I live to Lakewood.
Hmm.
I see from where I worked in Lakewood to somewhere that you live, it's another 15 minutes over. That's why you say like an hour, but I'm wondering for 526, which,
Uh, I don't think anybody else knows what we're talking about.
yeah, well, because we start now. Okay, I'm finishing this conversation. Okay. Uh, okay.
So Rasaraj Prabhu, are you okay?
Yes, Maharaj, I'm all right.
Okay, good. And how's Kusum? I talked to her the other day for a long time.
No, I didn't talk to her. She sent me a message. She said I had to go to another specialist for the vertigo, but I don't know anything else after.
Oh, I see. All right.
How are you doing, Maharaj?
I'm hanging in there, Prabhu,
Okay.
by your grace. I'm only going on by
Well,
all of your grace.
I don't know about that, but
Uh, I know. I know. Are you recording this? Okay. Then I can't say everything that I want to say. Or
You can cut it out. You can edit it out.
And Shantama's coming? Have you heard from Shanta Maharaj, Oma Devi?
Yes, Maharaj, I joined this morning afternoon class.
I went to Hapaniya.
It's class.
Yeah,
not
afternoon
class.
class, yeah.
Oh. His class was in Hapaniya?
His
Yes,
afternoon class. He does his Zoom classes.
And
Nothing
Hapaniya.
about Hapaniya. Nothing about Hapaniya.
When is the Zoom class? In the morning, no?
Class. For us is in the morning.
afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah,
She said
UK time
afternoon.
6.
She's in England.
UK time, UK time afternoon, like 2 o'clock.
I don't understand.
After cooking
You
class
asked,
finished.
you asked her if she heard from Shanta Maharaj. Her answer was she went to his afternoon class and she heard from him. That's when she heard from him last, was this afternoon during
I
his
see.
class.
I see. This is evening now for you, our
Yes.
class. It was okay?
Yeah, it's fine, Maharaj.
Yeah. Now you are retired. Rasaraj, boo? You are retired?
Yes, I retired from work.
And
I'm tired of the commute.
now,
It was like too much. The
Too mu-
commute was terrible.
Oh, I see. Well, now, what are you doing with all your time, if I may ask?
Well, doing things at home like cleaning, painting things, sometimes cooking, and listen to video from Srila Govinda Maharaj and things like that.
Uh, okay.
The house always have things to do.
You don't want to come for Sankirtan here on Sundays?
The thing is the driving, no? Like
Yes, you retired because there was so much driving. Now, if you want to do service, you have to drive again. Huh? Too much driving, and driving people crazy.
like normally with no traffic, you take 1 hour. With the traffic, it's like 3 hours. It's like terrible there, and people drive crazy. They don't care how they drive. They throw the car in front of you, and I don't know.
There's no train, huh? Train that comes here.
I'm not sure how they.
I know there's one train that comes to Princeton, but I'm not sure how you get the train to that train. You have to take two trains.
Maybe probably from Grand Central. I'm not sure.
I see.
I'm not. No.
Kanapriya Didi Haribol.
Dandavat pranams Maharaj, Dandavat
Dandavat.
Sudivaki, Hare
Dhanavad.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. It'd be nice if there were a train. I think it'd be nice to travel. I think it wouldn't be too crowded on the weekends, huh? The train.
No.
How's everything there in London?
Everything's fine, Maharaj. The sun is shining.
Sun is shining.
So it's good.
I heard you had Krishna Kesava teaching you how to make samosa.
Yes, it was very interesting today. Were they nice, Maharaj? They look very nice.
They're very puffy.
Yeah, the pastry was interesting how he made the pastry. We all learnt something today.
Okay, good.
Very nice demonstration.
You're still practicing on how to make the filling. This proper spices are very art requires some artistic work. Know how to make the filling. Know how to put the spicing in the samosa.
Mhm.
Do you know how to do that, Rasaraj? How to make samosa?
No, I never tried to do it.
Oh, uh, I used to make them, but now I can't do it. I don't remember anything. How to spice with the proper spice. Anyhow, have you been in touch with Mahayogi?
Yes, Maharaj. He's
Huh?
well.
He's okay.
Yes, he's well.
What do they think of all this that's going on with the mud?
Yeah,
Okay. Huh?
I think yeah, they not sure really. I mean, he's just wait and see. I think
And
just wait
waiting.
and see. Yeah, see what happens.
Devashish, what does he say?
I don't know.
I didn't say anything in
I
particular.
I don't know. I don't
Uh,
normally go to the West London Temple. I haven't heard anything.
oh, I see.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uma Didi might know. I don't know.
No, Didi, for me also.
No, no.
I don't know.
We can't hear you, Oma Didi. Your
Yes,
voice is too low.
yeah.
Is there any
Connection
news,
problem.
Maharaj?
Well, I didn't hear such good news, so I was just wondering. From my perspective, I don't think that's very nice. What's going on?
Hmm.
There's no power at the temple there. There's Shingapoli. Shanta Maharaj is trying to join, but
There's no power. Oh my God. No power in the Shingapali. So Santa Maharaj is having trouble. I was thinking that even the whole community, uh, when we went to Sridhar Maharaj in the beginning of 1980, around that time, after Prabhupada's disappearance, several devotees were going to Sridhar Maharaj, the Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mutt, and hearing from Sridhar Maharaj. We couldn't hear from Prabhupada. He left us in 1977. So in 1980, some went to hear from Sridhar Maharaj because they knew that he was such a good friend of Srila Prabhupada. They were both very dear friends. So we thought we could go there and listen to his message, which is very beautiful. But then all of ISKCON decided they didn't want to connect with him. And so they dismissed him, reviled him actually, and that way uh, they went on their own way, on their own, and Sridhar Maharaj was going on his own. Unnecessary to have such bitter relationship, completely unnecessary. But they did that anyhow. So I'm thinking sometimes even the whole community of devotees can make an aparādha like that. Vaiṣṇava Dinda. They can decide to go against the Vaishnavas. All, not only one person making an offense, but a whole community.
Mm.
Right? So that mentality still seems to be here. Oh, Maharaj, Dandavats. How did you come? Oh, we heard there was no
Maharaj,
power. By your
just
power
came,
only. Oh, just
just it
came.
came, Maharaj.
Uh,
It's
I
too
was
much
thinking,
disturbing here, Maharaj. Power
I,
always.
I was thinking it was your power. No, I was just saying, thinking yesterday that when we went to Sridhara the first time from ISKCON, they decided after we were coming that they did not want anyone to come to Sridhar Maharaj. And it was a whole community. Well, basically, it was the leaders of the community. They decided that they would not make any connection with Sridhar Maharaj in a very unfortunate way. Uh, I thought it was offensive way, and they decided to go their own way and not to make any connection with Sridhar Maharaj. And we know that was not a very uh, Vaishnava uh, way of behaving. But anyhow, that happened. And you and Muni Maharaj and myself, we've always been very devoted followers of Sridhar Maharaj and Govinda Maharaj and Acharya Maharaj, always trying to help and doing everything that we are able to preach for the honor and glory of Guru and Karanga and the Mat. And yet, there are those who want to criticize, as if no, we are not that. All those years, all that loyalty was nothing. Uh, they know something more or something better. And it's not all the devotees. Some in the community, some are understanding what our real relationship is. But some of the, unfortunately, some of the leaders, they have developed this mentality, criticizing. And Govinda Maharaj many times, and Sridhar Maharaj also many times, I spoke about this kind of criticism of the devotees. And recently, in Govinda Maharaj's time, even when he spoke about Acharya Maharaj, he said, he can do more than me. I can do. Govinda Maharaj says, I can't even do the things that Acharya Maharaj can do. But they said, also, I am not criticizing him, however. That he can do more than me, I'm not criticizing. I'm glorifying him. It made it possible for me to do other things. And then Acharya Maharaj also said once to Shanta Maharaj, if someone comes to ask me a question about biology, I can't answer that. Or Shanta Maharaj can answer. Uh, not necessary to criticize or be jealous or envious of those who can do what we can't do. Not everyone can preach to the scientists. Uh, Shanta Maharaj knows how to preach them and give them prasadam and everything. Talk to them about Krishna. He can bring them to the temple. They can have a scientific conference there in Navadvip, in Sringapali, anywhere. But many scientists from India can come there by his preaching. They cannot do that. And then is that reason to become jealous? Not what we're teaching, not what our teachings are. And if the big leaders want to do that, and the other devotees are following, that is not a good thing. Many other devotees, they don't follow that. They don't agree with that. But unfortunately, the whole community becomes influenced by the leaders who are under that kind of conception. Then, what is that? Uh, who is a devotee? Who is a Vaishnava? We have to question. A devotee is not criticizing others. A higher devotee sees everyone as a Vaishnava. He sees everyone as a servant of Krishna. Not to speak of who is a Vaishnava, who is not. Of course, there are different levels. Kanishta, Madhyam, Uttam. You know this. Kanishta, they see only Krishna. They only know Krishna. Others, like other people who are devotees or anything else, they don't see them. They don't respect them so much because their only focus is Krishna, the deity or whatever. Everybody else is less. Everybody other than Krishna is less. And the middle devotee, the Madhyamadikari, he sees Krishna and he also recognizes the devotee, the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna, Therese.
Hare Krishna. Good to see everyone.
Yes.
Hare
They are the, and the next is the Madhyam. They see Krishna. They think of Krishna and the devotees both as of an equal importance. They give to each devotees and Krishna. They respect both. As long as you say Krishna, and as long as you say devotee of Krishna, these people are respected by them. The others are all dogs. uh, everyone else is a horrible thing. But then the higher devotee, he sees Krishna, he sees the devotees, and he sees the others. Others are also part of Krishna's energy. They're also sacred. They also have a divine, what do you want to say, character, divine principle associated with them. Nothing is disrespected because the devotee who can see Krishna as Krishna's energy everywhere and in everything, they don't disrespect anything, and even any object, however lowly it may be. Somehow they see the connection. Uh, what to speak of a devotee? They see everything in a connection with Krishna. That's a degree of knowledge, degree of realization that the most advanced devotees have. They can't find anything wrong in the environment. Whatever is wrong, they find in themselves only. If they see something wrong in the environment, they think, why am I seeing that? What is my defect? What is my defect? That I am seeing wrong. And my seeing, my perception. The Wind Mars always used to tell us that I'm afraid to criticize anyone because they may be great devotees, greater than me. That he told that story of the Brahmin, the meat seller, who had the shaligram. And the Brahmin came and saw, oh, what are you doing, you foolish fellow, evil person? You're using shaligram to weigh your meat. Oh, and the good quality of that so-called meat seller. Immediately, the Brahmin said, when Brahmin said like that to him, he said, he had so much respect for that Brahmin. Here, you know how to properly care for this. That was his good quality. That meat seller had so much faith and respect in the Brahmin. See? He had that kind of faith. But the Brahmin thought this man is not a very good person because he's using shaligram in this way. He saw some fault. The meat seller didn't find any fault in the Brahmin. He was just thinking himself, oh, I'm such an ignorant fool. But you can take care properly. This was what the difference. And that Brahmin took those shaligram home, and the shaligram beat him up. Why you are doing like this? You might give me back to that meat sales. uh, he had faith. He had faith. You have no faith that I am there. It's your mistake. It's better than you. His faith is more than yours. And he had to take him back. So who is a Vaishnava? And we cannot easily tell. So his advice was to be careful in all situations and respect everyone. So you don't make this most horrible of all mistakes. Vaiṣṇava-aparādha. And your life will become happy. If you can see like that in all circumstances, your life will be happy. You will make progress to that ultimate stage of Krishna consciousness. And you won't find any obstacles. Oh, anyhow, a very crucial point in the life of a Vaishnava and his march to the higher realization, higher stage of realization, is never to criticize a Vaishnava. Even other living entities, not beneficial for one who wants to try to see Krishna everywhere and in everything. Never forget Krishna. Mahaprabhu taught always to be humble, and the scriptures tell us to see Krishna everywhere. Vasudeva Sarvamati. Try at least. And by using these two things, humility and having a higher perspective, we can make progress. We'll make progress in our life. Krishna conscious transcendental progress. Ooh. Someone is here. All right. Is that difficult to do those things? The difficulty is when we can't do those things.
Maharaj,
Yes.
Dandavad. I was remembering something that Srila Govinda Maharaj told in one of his books that we are not in a position of knowing who is a Vaishnava, who is not a Vaishnava. So we give honor to everybody. He says.
Yes. That's the point. Who is this that has come?
I think.
Huh?
From Ravindra Krishna Prabhu from Bihar. What is the place?
From Bihar?
Yeah, from there is a Sivan one place, Maharaj. We
Sivan.
went to preaching there. Actually,
Right.
we met him. We met him when we started first in scientific preaching in 2008. We all went, Muni Maharaj, myself, Jagadananda, Tirtha Maharaj. He was a lecturer in Pune, one computer science in a department in one engineering college.
Okay.
Then he was very happy and he came and take initiation from Acharya Maharaj.
Ah, Haribo. Hare Krishna. Can he hear? Is that right? You're
Sound
pointing. Sound is
muted.
not coming? Oh, his sound is muted?
He's muted.
Oh, your sound has to be turned on. We can hear you.
Yes.
Ah, there you are. Now we can hear. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Anyhow, those are the things that we have to be conscious of. Conscious of. What are the essential points that we can practice these simple but essential points? And then everything will be very happy. You'll be happy. Everyone will be happy. And and things can go on. Positive and progressive immortality. Uh, Devotees are meant to become thoughtful persons. Uh, People are running around thoughtlessly, practically thoughtlessly. Or if they do think, they become very vicious with one another. Uh, Either they are insanely doing things to please their senses, or they are thoughtlessly they are thoughtfully making trouble for one another. Either they are thoughtless or thoughtful. Either way, they make difficulty for themselves. But devotees, they become very thoughtful in a meditative way, thinking about Krishna, not thought that involves itself with the world so much, but thought that is of how to serve the Guru, Vaiṣṇava, and Krishna and Mahaprabhu. So that requires kind of thought that does not make itself, doesn't make thought itself the aim of thought. Thought is not the aim of thought is not thought. Uh, Thoughtfulness is to understand what is the proper thing, what is the proper conception, and to disentangle the illusion from the reality, and to have that kind of clarity of thought that can distinguish between illusion and reality, does not renounce all sensible behavior, but he knows how to utilize the senses and the thought together in the glorification of Krishna. And either becomes thoughtless in the sense and the idea of senseless in the idea of just absorbing in the senses without any thoughtfulness. A thoughtful sense engagement, that is Krishna Bhakti. Deeply thought, activity of the senses. Those who want to withdraw from the senses completely and enter into thought itself, meditative thought, that is not also what we're telling. Thoughtful use of the senses, Krishna conscious thought, utilization of the senses and of the mind, that is proper thing. Some people are so afraid of thought, they want to escape any use of that. Foolish. Hare Krishna. Who's that? Who's joined us? Oh. Hare Krishna Prabhu? Who is that? Say?
He's muted.
Oh,
Is
your mic.
Krishna Prabhu from Sivan also.
Oh, okay. Hare Krishna. What about Triananda?
Sent him a message.
Okay. So, yes, some people are afraid of the mind, thought. They think if they're thinking, then there's not devotion. If you have to think about it, then it's not devotion. Devotion should be spontaneous. But they don't realize that you can't do anything without thought. You cannot engage your senses in the service if you're not thoughtful. They don't know that thought and the senses are working together. And there's no such thing as senses without thought or thought without the senses. So, what is an example? The idea of a tree. A tree is an idea. First of all, you have to understand everything is an idea at first. But it's not only an idea. This is the thing that people miss. It's simultaneously one and different. What is the difference between thought? Is the sense object. You can't say tree. When you look at an object that you say tree, you're using the idea and the sense object together. And you can't, and if you don't know tree, the idea of tree, when you see an object that has this long bark, long trunk, and branches coming out of it, what are you going to say? How are you going to identify it as anything? You can't see it unless you know it as what it is. They have so many different examples of this. When you, the psychologists, they make some artists, they make some drawing, so you can't really depict the form. And you're looking at it and you're saying, what is it? And you really can't see anything there until the person tells you it's this or it's that. That figure is hidden in there. And only when you know that figure is hidden, then you can see it. Possibly see it. Isn't it, Kanapriya? You know what I'm talking about? You've seen one of those before?
Yes. They're very clever.
They'll draw some figure there with all and some vague way they're hiding something in there. some figure, some face, something. But until you have the idea, what are you looking for? What you're looking at, then you can't see it. You only see some lines. So thought and thing, they're not divorced from one another. And those who think, who believe, they're acting without thought. They are ignorant of what is actually happening, how things are happening. The primary piece of knowledge that we must recognize. And not only thought is important, and not only the things are important. Both are reciprocally important. That is our Achintya Bheda Bheda philosophy. Yes, you are not your body, but at the same time, if your body is not there, what kind of service are you going to do? Well, both are there. Achintya Bheda Bheda. One and different. Thing and thought. Thought and thing. Philosophers know this, but not every philosopher knows this. Uh, those who only think of thing, they are materialists. They think thing is only the important thing. These are the scientists. And Mayavats, they believe only thought is important. Those things. But devotee knows both are there. By his love, Mahaprabhu incarnates into this world of things so that we can see him and touch him and serve him, everything. But we don't think of the Lord's incarnation as a thing, as a mundane object. The body is transcendental. That means we understand the Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva principle. Hare Krishna. So this is very important to know. Some people feel if you are a thoughtful person, then you can't be a devotee. Now, does that make sense?
Maharaj,
Yes?
just before Srila Acharya Maharaj exhibited disappearance first time, he was in Vrindavan, and he called me a couple of times from there, and then we were discussing, and I was telling that Srila Maharaj often used to say that simple living, high thinking. So actually, we have to make in life in such a way that we can focus more about the ideal and the things that are being given from the previous acharyas, and those things are all in all it seems to be for Sridhar Maharaj teaching, because he was telling that he don't want so many people, he only want few interested people, and he wants to happily meditate and discuss about this conclusion, and that was his life. He many times mentioned like that, thinking about those things.
Ah, yeah, devotee can live very simply. They don't need anything, really. Any the frivolous things, just like being honored by others. uh, People think that, oh, I have to get the recognition from other people. Otherwise, my life is not successful. It doesn't need any recognition from others. If it's there, fine. If it's not there, that's also fine. Uh, Srila Maharaj used to withdraw from everything. He didn't care for anything. He didn't even want to mix with others. I don't want anybody to change my mind, he used to say. To disturb my mind, disturb my understanding of things. Who has that understanding? That is completely fulfilling. The Babaji can go and can disappear from the rest of the world. According to the rest of the world, that Babaji doesn't even exist to them or for them. Hi, Ingo. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Ingoji. How are you,
Hello.
Ingoji?
Just want to say hello to everyone.
Yes, hello. We're happy to see you.
Thank you. I'm going out to see my favorite band.
Okay. Well, we appreciate your service, you and Teresa's service very much.
Our pleasure.
The Lord's blessings will be with
See
you.
you soon.
Thank you.
Hello, Christopher.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. So their thoughts are so much absorbed in the satisfaction of proper knowledge and wisdom and of Krishna, the all-fulfilling Lord. They don't need anything. Knowledge of Krishna, proper conception of Krishna, and all-fulfilling. Even someone criticizes, it is like, on a few drops of water on your forehead, giving cooling to know that I don't have to worry about these people. They are disturbed. It is their own disturbance that is creating punishment for them. And their criticism is actually a punishment for them. They become agitated. They're not agitated by that. They're not interested in that. That's something much more interesting to be concerned with. Transcendental to the world, and then they're not understandable by others. Can't understand how they can be so detached from praise or blame. That one poem by Rudyard Kipling, do you remember that? I wrote one time. You know that poem of Rudyard Kipling?
That the one called If?
If, yes. You can see both praise and blame as the same. I don't remember the exact words now. Triumph and disaster, that was it. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat these two imposters just the same. What does that mean? Triumph and disaster. And meet these imposters. They're not even real. Imposters. Blame, success and failure are just imposters. What is success and failure in this world? They're not real things. We think, oh, I'm not a success, or I am a success. They're not real things. They're the same. Success and failure are the same, you say. They're not even real things. Then what does that mean? What is unreal about success? What is unreal about failure? How anyone can see that as the same thing? And also not even real things. What kind of vision is that?
Maharaj, when it is considered from the perspective of our side, they are, not real. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that I already accepted the defeat. I don't claim that I ever will be victorious. Haraje manechi, I mean, he said that I already accepted the defeat. From Lord's point of view, Maharaj, it is like a play, whether he wants to, make himself victorious or others victorious, or make, lose. That is up to him, Maharaj, what he wants.
Yeah, devotees' goal is not situated in the worldly plane. The goal they are searching for does not have anything to do with what the world is going to accept or reject it as. And nothing to do with that. Devotee has already left the plane of mortality, already defeated that. It's transcendental to even the world, and with all its success and failures. Because the success and failure in this world is what? What does it mean? You're all going to die. So you failed or you succeeded. So what? The successful person, the failed person, they're both going to meet the same end. Same as any dog dying in the street. You're going to die too. And what will all your success and failure mean at that time? So they have another goal. Devotees have another goal, an aim, a purpose that they are searching for. How much they can remember Krishna in all circumstances, irregardless of the circumstances. That is not a matter of concern for them.
Maharaj,
Yes,
I'm sorry, I have to leave now.
yes, Kusana.
Yeah, thank you so much for your
But have a beautiful
great
day.
input, and and the topic is so interesting, but I have to go.
Okay. Hari Bol.
Dandava Jana Didi, Hare Krishna.
What else? Ramachandra, you know Ramachandra Puri? Pastime of Mahaprabhu and Ramachandra Puri. You know? Maharaj? You know that
Yes,
story?
Maharaj, in Jagannath Puri.
Yes. Was it in Jagannath Puri? I don't remember where.
You mean to say the pastime with Madhavendra Puri or with Mahaprabhu?
No, Ramachandra Puri.
Ramchandra Puri with Mahaprabhu or with Madhavendra Puri?
No. With, am I mistaking the name? Mahaprabhu's engagement with criticism.
Yes. Actually,
The lesson he was teaching. Huh? What did you remember? You know better than me?
no, no, Maharaj, I don't know. Just I remember, that he was offending Mahaprabhu with finding, no fault. Also, he could find some fault with Mahaprabhu. And actually, that has happened with Guru-aparādha. He did offense to Madhavendra Puri, and thus he could also offend Krishna, Mahaprabhu.
Yes. So what happened? I don't remember what town.
He was in Gambhira Maharaj. He came to
Gambhira?
Gambhira. Yes. He came to Gambhira and find some ants there. And he told to Mahaprabhu that you are eating too much sweets. And you sannyasi, so you are eating too much sweets. So, the ants are coming. So Mahaprabhu told, yes, you are saying correct. Then I am taking too much prasadam, I will reduce my prasadam. Like that he told him. And he reduced, and the devotee become very unhappy by this type of circumstances created by Ramchandra Puri. Then they all very sad and prayed to Lord Jagannath that please remove this sinful soul from this place, so that Mahaprabhu will not face so much difficulties and we can happily serve Mahaprabhu. And then Jagannath heard that prayer of devotees, and he
But who was
all of
it?
us. Yes, Maharaj.
I was thinking, who is it that Nityananda went there and he was criticized? Was that Ramachandra Puri or who? Another devotee?
Oh, Nityananda Prabhu Maharaj?
When he was criticized, he had to leave that place, and he told.
That is Maharaj, actually Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami.
Krishnadas. No,
Yes.
who was the character who was criticizing Nityananda Prabhu? And Nityananda Prabhu became angry, left that place and cursed.
Oh, that is Ramachandra Khan Maharaj. Ramachandra Khan. Ramachandra Khan.
Ramachandra Khan.
What happened? Nityananda Prabhu was preaching, and then in that time, Nityananda Prabhu told Ramachandra Khan, "Can you give me a place for my preaching party? Can you host?" And told, "Yes, I can." But then he wanted to insult Nityananda Prabhu. And he told, when they came, all the party came, he told them, "A very nice place for you is the Gosala. The cows are there with them, you can stay like that." Then Nityananda Prabhu was humbly not told anything. He went to Gosala, and then he started to laugh. "Yes, this is my proper place. Correct. You have given me right place." And laughing, he left that place. And because of that offense, actually Ramchandra Khan got attacked by some Muslims, and they killed that cow in that place where they offended Nityananda Prabhu, and that whole village was destroyed. So,
the whole village was
destroyed. Completely.
So why did Ramachandra Khan offense cause the whole village to be destroyed?
Because the fire of the offense is, it does not discriminate. When the fire comes, it does not discriminate who is proper or not proper. So the fire of offense is so great, it can go in a subtle plane who have directly, indirectly involved in that.
Anyhow, I heard that because no one else tried to criticize or condemn Ramachandra Khan for his offense, they were as good as complicit with his offense. In other words, no one protested that Ramachandra Khan had made this offense to Nityananda and tried to criticize him or condemn him for that. The result is that the whole village was complicit in that offense because they all knew it happened. And so because they did not say anything and just went along with that, then everyone became a criminal, negligent.
Maharaj, in purport of Bhagavad Gita, even Prabhupada said, Srila Prabhupada, in as it is, that when Draupadi was insulted, and Bhishmadev and Dronacharya and Krupacharya, they were all like, silent. So he told that is the befitting, destiny what they got by getting, the bed of arrows and, other way of inauspicious death actually.
Yes. So not only those who commit offense, but also those who are silent in the commission of offense, they become complicit. They get the karma also. Sometimes we say whole plane will crash and all the people, 100, 200, 300 people may die. I think, what karma did they have collectively? You say? But it's also possible. Whole village may get karma. It's not enough to be not commit offense to others. Not enough. Also, we must speak up. if we see some offense being committed. Not only to defend that person, but also to defend ourselves. They are fundamental things, unfortunately, not so well observed. But we want to speak up. I want to speak up. Krishna Kesava likes to speak up also. I try to do that. Not to put anyone down, but to bring them up to a higher understanding, proper understanding. What we understand to be proper, not only in words, but also our activities. Anyhow, that's what I wanted to say today. And then we can speak of other things also.
Well, Vidura also was like that, Maharaj. Vidura.
Oh?
Vidura.
Vidura, yeah.
He was not silent. He started to say so many things to Dhritarashtra without being afraid, in an honest way. And then he got, best thing in his life. He left that place. Then he got the association of Maitreya Muni, and he heard, many beautiful things from him because of his action of, protest against something offensive.
So we leave the reaction to those who get what they deserve. And in our positive endeavors, we may also get what we deserve. They will get what they deserve who are in the negative position. And also those who are in a positive position, they will get some deserved. Any other things? All do wise souls, I like to say.
Well, I was remembering that also in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Sri Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Advaita Acharya were talking bad from each other, but actually they were praising each other at the same time. Some devotees understood that actually there was no a real fight. They were praising each other, but it looks like we're talking bad about the other person. But they say also sometimes you don't take any sides. That's what in that situation you don't take any side. Don't put in one side or the other. So sometimes you have to be careful. Don't go in the wrong side or go in the side that is not right. So that is also the issue. No, sometimes we don't understand the situation. I mean to be neutral, like not going one side or the other, also is part of we don't know which part is right or which part is not. Now, when we see it's like offensive, there is no reason for that, we understand that, but sometimes it's not so easy. When both sides are Vaishnavas, you don't know which one is right or which one is not.
Yes?
This morning.
Want the speaker? 1 minute? Krishna Kesava.
Dandavats. This morning during the conscious cooking class, Krishna Kinkar Prabhu from South Africa was encouraging the devotees to always have introspection. He was saying how it's important not to just do once, twice, but many times daily, or just many times throughout practicing life. Always have introspection, see why we're doing what we're doing, what's going on. And I just thought that was a very important reminder for anyone practicing devotional life or anyone in general. Just always have introspection. Why are we doing the things we're doing? What are we doing? And see, just reflect and see what our heart reveals to us.
Okay. That's a very good point. Both be neutral and introspective. We don't know sometimes what to say or what to think. Then Govinda Maharaj also gave that advice. It was wait and see.
Yeah.
Just wait and see.
But it is Srila Sridhara also told, no, wait and see, everything will fall at proper place.
Fall in its place. I told you one time, huh?
Yes,
You used to sit on that chair. There was an old chair on his veranda with these long arms on the chair. And one day the devotees went up and he was sitting in his chair, and with his one finger, he was tapping the arm of that chair up and down, up and down, up. And the devotees asked him, Maharaj, what does that mean? They asked me, what does this mean? And he said very nicely, he said, everything will fall into place. Everything will fall into place. Very nice. And very funny. Anything else? Have anything else to say?
Maharaj, there is one interview one TV channel is taking. They contacted me and they want, to have it, they asked for a topic. So, I told them I would like to speak on, Darwin's, how the teachings of Darwinism is, badly influencing the, society. So they told that it will be good, and they wants to do it on Monday evening India time 7 p.m. They have a big like a Facebook channel, so they want to interview there.
I'm sorry, what was the
They
last
have
part?
a Facebook channel. They have a Facebook channel.
Oh, I see.
So there's like 80,000, 90,000 followers. So they want to hold a interview there.
That topic doesn't come up very much, huh? What are the bad influence of Darwin? Although that's been a topic discussed for many years since Darwin came. They discussed that. Okay, so what time now? 2 o'clock. 2:15. Rasaraj Prabhu, are you up for leading kirtan?
Okay.
Okay. So merciful.
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Sri Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare.
Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Haribol.
Nitai
Hare
Gaur, Hari Bo, Hari Bo,
Hare
Hari Bo, Hari Bo.
Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Haribol.
Nitai Gaur, Hari Bo,
Hare
Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari
Jaya Jaya Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev.
Jai
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev, Guru Dev.
Jai
Jaya
Jai
Jaya
Gurudev,
Gurudev,
Gurudev, Gurudev,
Gurudev,
Gurudev.
Gurudev.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bo.
Hari 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 Bol. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev Ki Jai.
Jai.
Then Prabhu Sangho, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadha, Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Jai Sri
Jai.
Navadvip Dham, Mayapur Dham, Vrindavan Dham, Purushottam Dham Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jagannath
Jai.
Baldev Subhadra Ki Jai. Jai
Jai,
Durga Mai, Arun
Jai.
Mai Ki
Jai,
Jai. Jai Shrimati Tulsi
Jai.
Devi Devi Ki Jai.
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 Jai. And then Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai
Jai.
Haridas Thakur Ki Jai.
Jai,
Harinam Sankirtan
Jai.
Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai.
Shri Chaitanya Sarasat Mat Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai Shri
Jai.
Chaitanya Sarasat Institute Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai Bhakti Vedanta Institute Ki Jai.
Jai,
And
Jai.
what else? Jai Sripad Bhakti, Sripad Bhakti Nishkam Shanta Ki Jai. Jai
Jai.
Sripad Rasaraj Prabhu Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai Srimati Kanapriya Didi Ki Jai.
Jai,
Srimati Moma Didi Ki Jai.
Jai,
Sriman
Jai.
Krishna Keshava Prabhu Ki Jai.
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 Sriman Ravindra, what is it? Ravindra
Ravindra
Krishna?
Krishna, Ravindra
Ravindra
Krishna.
Krishna Ki Jai.
Jai,
Jai.
And Teresa Didi Ki Jai.
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 I miss anybody? Jai all the Vaishnavas ki jai.
Jai.
Seva Veda Bhakti Vrinda ki jai.
Jai.
Premanandi Hari
Hari
Hari.
Hari Hari.
Om.
Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Paribhajaka Jagaguru Srila Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj ki jai.
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 So then we'll chant Vandana, page 38 on the Kirtan guide. Ravindra Prabhu, do you have Kirtan guide? Pocket Kirtan guide? You don't have? You know what I mean? That book of Kirtans?
I'm sending on the chat window, Maharaj.
All right. Thank you, Maharaj. On page 38 of that book, there are the Vandana prayers. If you like to follow. Vandeham Sri Guru Srita Parakamalam Sri Guru
Vaishnavam cha
Sri Rupa
Rupam
Sagrajata
Sagrajatam
Sagana Raghunatha
Sagana
Tam
Lalita
Sajivam
Tam Sajivam
Sadvaitam
Te
Sadvadutam
Sadvatam
Parishana
Navadutam
Saitam Krishna
Pariyana
Chaitanya Devam
Sahitam Sachaitanya
Sri Radha Krishna
Sri
Padam
Radha
Sagana Lalita Sri
Sagana
Sakanvitam
Lalita
Sta
Sakanvitam Cha
Om Aganati
Jnanatirmirandasya
Viranandalakaya
Jnananjana Salakaya
Chakshurun Militam
Militam
Jena
Jena
Tasmai
Tasmai
Shri
Shri
Gurave
Gurave
Shri
Namaha.
Gurave Namaha
Pudra Shri Guru
Shri
Vargamandya
Guru Varga Vandita
Mahabhavan Vanditaya
Vanditaya
Sada
Vanditaya
Sada
Sada
Purva Parya Parampara
Parampara
Pracharita Pragya Pramurta Krite Bhakti Nirmala Nirjarasya Nivritam Samrashakam Sadhana Vande Shri Guru Devam Ananta Shira Chayavaram Nidam Purvabhista Sapurkam Guru Ganar Shisha Sapushritam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Devam Sri Rupa Pantanam Anugam Govinda Bhidam Ujvalam Bharatanam Bhaktya Vande Vishwa Gurun Chadivya Bhagava Prem No Hibija Devam Divyatanam Chanavadram Vavarka Chailanshita
Chalansitam
Chandrananda Param Sarikavaranam
Puran Sadeka Varanam
Devadev Shri Siddhanta Dev Subhakti Rasita
Subhakti Lasitam
Saraswatanam Param
Saraswatanam Varam
Vandritam Subhadam Pareka Saranam
Sumadamale Kacharanam Yaseswaram
Sridharam
Siddhanta Saraswati Vidito
Saraswati
Gaudiya
Vidita
Gurvamare
Gaudiya
Pato
Gurambaye
Vanavira
Bhagavato Gaudiya Pravate
Togora Sankirtan
Yoga Sankirtanai
Ayavara Timingilo Dragata Uditya
Bhagavata
Jila
Jivanima
Krishna Premastada Viganas
Krishna
Taratvam
Prabhu Tamboje
Namo Gorkishore
Namo Gauraki Suraya
Bhagavaduta Vartaye Varangi
Varangi Patra
Pataye
Vrindaya
Bhava
Jaya
Vande
Bhavani
Bhakti
Sayane
Vinodam Shri
Bhakti Bhakti
Guru
Vinodam
Shakti Sarupam
Guru Shakti
Bhakti Shakya
Sarupam
Samradham
Bhakti
Samradham
Satvagya Sangajam
Sudanitin
Gauravaja Shita Shri Sahib Vaishnavaya
Vande Vigraham
Jagannath Purande
Namamita Vaishnavam
Vanchakalpa Kripa Sindhu Pitanam Pavane Vaishnavebhyo Namo Panchatatvatmakam Krishna Bhaktarupa Sarvabhauma Bhagavatar
Bhaktaram
Mame
May Bhakta Saktikam
Namo
Namo
Mahapadanya
Mahavadanyaya
Krishna Prema
Prema
Pradayate Krishna
Pradayate
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya Namne Gauratu Se Namaha
Jaitam Surato Pando Amamanda
Nandamukirjati Padam Bhujau
Vivyadrindaranya Kalpadumara Vivargatagara Sridhara Vastadevi Sevyamana Shriman Rasa Rasamahare Sivata Tata Sita Korshanvin Swaraya Gopinatha Shri Vrindayai Tulasi Devai Jayai Keshavasya Krishna Bhakti Pari Pachavachai Namo Namah Attanatva Mantra Guru Guru Bhagavatarthadan Yasat Jagat Gurunatva Todayam Virayat Jaya Saparika Shri Guru Gadangadhar Govinda Sundar
Sundarpadakadvanam Jayastu
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare
Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Acharya Dev Ki Jai. Go Premanandi, Hari 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 Bol. Oma Devi, what are you going to sing for us today?
Yashamati Nandana.
Oh!
My voice is okay, Bharat? You can hear
Yes.
clearly?
I can hear.
Yashamati Nandana Rajavara Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana
Yashamati Nandana
Rajavaranagar
Gokula Ranjana
Gopi Paranadana Madana Manohara Kaliya Damana Vidana
Gopi
Paranadana Madana Manohara Kaliya Damana Vidhana
Amala Harinam Hamiya Vilasam
Amala
Harinam Hamiya Vilasa ವಿಪಿನ ಪುರಂದರ ನವೀನ ನಗರವರ ವಂಶಿವದನ ಸುವಾಸ
ವಿಪಿನ ಪುರಂದರ
ರಜಜನ ಪಾಲನ ಹಸುರ ಕುಲ ನಾಸನ ನಂದ ಕೋದನ ರಕುಯ ಗೋಪಿಕ ಮಾಧವ ನವನೀತ ತಸ್ಕರ ಸುಂದರ ನಂದ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಯಮುನಾ ತಟಚರ ಗೋಪಿ ವಸನ ಹರ ರಸ ರಸಿಕ ಕೃಪಮಾಯ ಶ್ರೀರಾಧ ವಲ್ಲಭ ವೃಂದವನ ನಟವರ ಭಕುತಿ ವಿನೋದ ಹಾಸ್ರಯ ಯಶೋಮತಿ ನಂದನ ರಜವರ ನಾಗರ ಪ್ರಕುಲ ರಂಜನ ಕಾನ ಗೋಪೀಕರಣದನ ಮದನ ಮನೋಹರ ಕಾಳಿಯ ದಮನ ವಿಧಾನ
Thank you.
Haribo.
And Shanta Maharaj.
Yes, Maharaj.
Would you like to chant one bhajan?
Okay, Maharaj. Maharaj, 72, Gorangero Duti Pada. Got it, Maharaj?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay, okay, Maharaj. गौरंगेर दुटी पद जार घन संपद से जाने भक्ति रस छार
Rangira duti pada jaradana sampada sejane bhakti rasasara
गौरंगेर मधुर लीला जार करने प्रवेशिला हृदय निर्मल भेल तार
Rangira madhura lila jara karne praveshila hridaya nirmala benatara
যে গৌরাঙ্গের নাম লয় তারা হয় প্রেমোদয়, তারে মুই যাই বলি হারি।
গৌরাঙ্গে
Gaurange
Namaya
Ramaya
প্রেমোদয়
Taradhaya
তারায়
Premodoya
মনি
Tare Muni Jai Bali
হরে
Hari.
গৌরাঙ্গ গুণেতে ঝুরে নিত্য লীলা তারে স্ফুরে, সে জন ভকতি অধিকারী।
Gauranga Gunete Jure Nityalila Tare Spure Sejana Bhakati Adhikari.
গৌরাঙ্গের সঙ্গী গণে নিত্য সিদ্ধ করি মানে, সে যায় ব্রজেন্দ্র সুত পাশ।
গৌরাঙ্গের সঙ্গে
Rangira Sangi
নিত্য সিদ্ধ করি
Nityalila Kori
Jaya Bhajendra
Sejaya Bhajendra
Sutapasa
Sutapasa.
শ্রী গৌড়মণ্ডল ভূমি যেবা জানে চিন্তামণি, তার হয় ব্রজ ভূমি বাস।
Godamandala
Bhajane
Devajane Chintamani
Chintamani
Tarahaya Braja Bhumevasa.
গৌর প্রেম রসার্ণবে সে তরঙ্গে যে বা ডুবে, সে রাধা মাধব অন্ত রঙ্গ।
Pura Premara Sarnave
Sitarange
Sitarange
Deva
Jeva
Radha Madhava
Radha
Antara
Madhava Antaranga.
গৃহে বা বনেতে থাকে হা গৌরাঙ্গ বলে ডাকে, নরোত্তম মাঙ্গে তার সঙ্গ।
Gite Baba Nete Take
Adoranga Bale Jake
Gauranga Bale
Narotama
Jake
Mage
Narotama Mage Tare Sanga.
গৃহে বা বনেতে থাকে হা গৌরাঙ্গ বলে ডাকে, নরোত্তম মাঙ্গে তার সঙ্গ।
Grihe Bhavane
Gite Baba Nete Take
Adoranga Bale
Gauranga
Jake
Bale Jake
Narotama Mage
Narotama Mage Tara
Tarasa
Sanga.
দয়াল গৌর হরি দয়াল গৌর হরি, গৌর হরি দয়াল গৌর হরি।
Gaura Hari
Gaura
Gaura
Hari
Hari
Jaya Gaura
Gaura
Hari Jaya
Hari
Gaura Hari Jaya Gaura Hari.
দয়াল গৌর হরি দয়াল গৌর হরি, গৌর হরি দয়াল গৌর হরি।
Jaya Gaura
Jaya Gaura Hari
Gaura
Jaya
Hari
Gaura Hari
Gaura Hari
Gaura
Jaya
Hari Jaya Gaura Hari.
Jai Narottam Das Thakur Ki Jai.
Yeah.
And Kanupriya Didi
Dandavats, Maharaj.
Dandavats Didi. Would you like to sing a particular bhajan?
I don't mind, Maharaj. Anyone you'd like.
I'll let you choose.
Maybe 54.
Page 54.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Ke केवल भक्ति सद्मा
Shri
Shri
Guru
Guru
Charana
Charana
Padma
Kevala
Kevala
Bhakti
Bhakti
Sadma
Vando Mui Savadana Mate
Vanamai Savanamate
Vando
Vando
Mui
Savadana
Savadana
Mote
Mate
Janara Pasha Devai Eva Vatoriya Jai Krishna Prati Hoya Jana Hoite
Jahara Prasade
Jahara
Bhai
Prasade Bhai
Evavatariya Jai
Evavatoriya
Krishna
Krishna
Jai
Prapti
Prapti
Krishna
Hai
Prapti Hoy
Jai
Krishna
Hoite
Prati Hoya Jana Hoite
Krishna
Krishna
Prapti
Krishna
Hai
Prapti Hoy Hoite
Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitate Koriya Kya Arana Kori Ho Mahi Asa
Guru
Mukha
Guru
Padma
Mukha
Vakya
Padma Vakya
Chitte
Chitte
Koriya Kya
Koriya
Arana
Arana Koriya
Arana
Mohi
Asa
Asa
Arana Kari Ho Mahi Asa
Arana
Arana
Koriya
Arana
Mohi
Koriho
Asa
Asa
Shri Guru Charani Rati Ekte Uttama Gati Prasad Puri Sarva Asha
Sri
Shri
Guru
Sri
Sri
Guru
Guru
Charane
Charane
Rati
Se
Ekte
Uttama
Uttama Gati
Ye
Ye
Prasade
Prasade
Pure
Pure
Sarva
Sarva
Asa
Asa
Ye Prasad Puri Sarva Asha
Ye
Ye
Prasade Pure
Prasade
Sarva
Pure Sarva
Asa
Asa
Saksudana Dilo Jai Janme Janme Prabhu Se Divya
चक्षुदान दिल
Jnana
जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से
Yakshagana
दिल
Chakshudana Dilo
जय जन्मे
Jai
जन्मे
Jame
प्रभु से
Jame Prabhu Se
Jnana
Divya
दिव्य
Gyan Dihe
प्रकाशित
Prakashito
Ema Bhakti Jaha Hoite Avinya Vinya Jate Vete Kya Janhara Charito
Prema Bhakti
Prema Bhakti Ja
होते
Hoite
Avidya
Avidya
Vinasya
Vinasa Jati Vedegai
Vedaya
Jahara
Charito
Charito
Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Atama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Lokira Jivana
Sri Guru
Shri
Karuna
Guru
Sindhu
Karuna
सिंधु
Sindhu
Adama
धर्म
Adama
Jana
जन
Jana
बंधु
Lokana
Lokana
लोकनाथ
Lokera
लोकेर जीवन
Jivana
Aha Prabhu Kora Daya Deha Mari Pada Jaya
Yaha
प्रभु करो दया
Daya
देहो मोर
Demore
पदाचया
Padachaya
Eyata Mahalola Sharana
Yehadava
Yadamalo
Prabhu
Ilosarana
Amishanaliam
Ami
Amisharanila
Saranilom
Abhaya Shipada Padme Shanaliam
Abhaya Sri
Abhayati
पद्मे
Parapadme
शरण
Sharanila
नीलम
Sharanidam
Amadaya Korohe
Amadaya
Daya
Guru.
Guru He.
Patit pavan shi Guru Dev Daya Guru He.
Pati
Pavan
Patita
Sindhuve
Pavan Si
Daya
Guru Dev
Daya
Karahe.
Daya
Guru.
Guru He.
Atama Patita Jene Daya Guru He.
Ayatma Patita
Adama
Jene
Patita
Daya
Jen Daya
Karahe.
Guru
Jaya
He.
Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Guru
Gurudev,
Dev, Guru
Gurudev,
Dev, Guru
Gurudev,
Dev.
Gurudev.
Jai Srila from Dasta Gaur ki Jai. Shri Gurudev
Jai.
ki Jai.
Jai.
Krishna Kesava. Oh, is Krishna Kesava here? No?
We have very nice samosas made by Krishna Kesava Prabhu today.
Yes.
Oh, did you see that also?
Yes, I just seen the recording. I was telling Uma Didi sir she can prepare in London some samosas now.
Yes, ma'am. You are coming.
Page 58. O he Vaishnava Thakura Nayarasa Gara Edase Karunakari.
Oi he
Hoye
Vaishnava
Hey
Thakura
Vaishnava
Dayara
Thakura,
Sakaro Edase
Dayara Nidase
Karunakari.
Karunakori.
Diya Pada Chaya Sodhahe Amaya Tomara Charana Dari.
Diya
Diya Pada Chaya
Divya Pada
Sodahe Amae
Chaya
Tomara
Tomara
Charana
Charana
Dari.
Dari.
Chaya Vegadami Chaya Dosa Shodhi Chaya Guna Dehadase.
Chaya
Chaya
Jaya
Begodami, Chaya Dosa
Jaya
Sodhi,
Dosa
Chaya Guna
Sodhi,
Deho
Jaya
Dase.
Dodase.
Chaya Sat-Sanga Deha He Amare Pase Che Sangera Ase.
Chaya Satsa
Sase,
Jaya
Sodahe
Satsanga
Amare,
Yamare,
Vaseche
Osachi
Sangera.
Sangera Ase.
Ekaki Amara Nahi Paya Bolo Harinama Sankirtane.
Ekaki Hamara
Ekaki Amara Nahi Paya Bolo Harinama
Harinama
Sankirtane.
Sankirtane.
Tumi Kripa Kari Shraddha Bindu Diya Deha Krishna Namadane.
Tumi Krupa
Kripa
Tumi
Kori,
Kripa
Sadha
Kori
Bindu
Radha
Diya,
Diya
Deha Krishna
Deha Krishna
Namadane.
Namadane.
Krishna se tomara Krishna dite para tomara shakati ache.
Krishna
कृष्णा से तुम्हारो
Krishna
कृष्ण
se
दीते
tomara
पारो
Krishna dite
तुम्हारो
paro
शक्ति
Tumhara
आचे
Shakti Aache.
Amita Kangala Krishna Krishna Boli Daitava Pache Pache.
अमित कंगाल
Amito
कृष्ण कृष्ण बोले
Kangali
भाई तव पछे
Daitava Pache
पाछे
Pache.
Amidai Tava Pache Pache.
भाई तव
Daitava
पाछे
Pache
पाछे
Pache.
Krishna Dana Pabarase Daitava Pache Pache.
Krishna
Dana Pavarase Vaishnava Pache Pache
Umi dile Krishna dite para.
Tume dile
Dile Krishna Dite Paro
Krishna Toma Hridaye Dan Tumi Dileo Dite Para.
Krishna
Krishna Tomar Udaye Dhan Tumi Dile Dite Paro
Krishna Deva Shakti Dhara Tumi Dileo Dite Para.
Krishna
Krishna Deva Shakti Dhara Tumi Dile Dite Paro
Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur.
Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur, Vaishnava Thakur, Jaya Vaishnava Thakur.
Jaya Vaishnava Thakur.
Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva.
Jaya Guru
Jaya
Deva,
Guru
Jaya Guru
Deva, Jaya
Deva,
Guru
Guru
Deva,
Deva,
Jaya
Jaya
Guru
Guru
Deva, Jaya
Deva.
Guru Deva.
Jai Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki Jai.
Jai.
And Therese,
Yes.
would like to read the English of that?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Oh, worshipable Vaishnava, ocean of grace, be merciful to the servant. Give me the shade of your feet and purify me. I clasp your feet. Subjugate is the 6 urges, rectify the 6 defects, and bestow the 6 good qualities upon the servant. Grant me the 6 kinds of good association. I have sat at your feet, desiring that association. Alone I do not have the ability to properly chant the Lord's name. Mercifully give me a drop of faith and bestow upon me the wealth of Krishna's name. Krishna is yours. You can give Krishna. You have that power. I am very poor, calling Krishna, Krishna. I run after you. I run after you. I run after you in hope of attaining the wealth of Krishna. If you desire to give Krishna, you can give him. If you desire to give, you can give. Krishna is the wealth of your heart. You have the power to give Krishna. If only you desire to give Krishna, you can give him.
Haribol, Haribol.
Haribol.
Anything you want to ask?
Me?
Anybody?
Oh, I didn't know who you were talking to. No, I guess not right now.
Okay. Then we'll have, if Raj likes, you can sing one bhajan.
Okay, the page 55.
All right.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Toma Vina Kedo Jalo Jagatamajare
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo More Toma Vina Ke Dayalu Jagatama Jhare
Patita Pavana Hetu Tava Avatara Mosha Mapatita Prabhu Napaiveara
Patita Pavana Hetu Tavaya Avatara
Mosha Mapatita Prabhu na paibe aro.
Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Kripa Volokana Koro Ami Bodo Dukhi.
Aha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda
Ananda
Sukhi
Sukhi Kripa
Kripa
Volokana Karo
Pavakanakara
Ami
Ami
Bada
Bhagavad.
Dukhi.
Doya Koro Sitapati Advaita Gosai Tava Kripa Bole Pai Chaitanya Nitai.
Vaya Koro
Dayakara
Sitapati
Sitapati
Advaita
Advaita
Gosai
Gosai
Tava Kripa
Dava Kripa
Bole
Bale
Pai
Pai
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Nitai.
Nitai.
Gaura Prema Mayatanu Pandit Gadadhara Srinivasa Haridasa Daya Rosagara.
Gaura Prema Maya
Maya Tanu Pandit
Pandit
Gadadhara Srinivasa
Srivasa
Haridasa
Daya Rasa
Daya Sagara.
Ahaswarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha Bhata Suivuga Srijivaha Prabhu Lokanatha.
Swarup Sanatana
Sanatana
Rupa
Rupa
Raghunatha
Raghunatha
Bhatta Yuga Sri
Sri Jivaha
Prabhu
Prabhu
Lokanatha.
Lokanatha.
Doya Koro Sri Acharya Prabhu Srinivasa Ramachandra Sangamage Narottama Dasa.
Dayakaro Acharya
Dayakya
Prabhu
Prabhu
Srinivasa
Srinivasa Ramachandra
Ramachandra Sangamage
Sangamange Narottama Dasa.
Doyo Koro Prabhupada Sri Gaura Prakasha Davayana Kripa Mage Eadamadasa.
Dayakara
Dayakara Prabhupada
Shivara
Trigora
Prakasha
Prakasha
Tava
Tavachan
Jana Kripa
Sange
Yadama
Adhamodasa.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Nitai
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari
Hari
Bol, Hari Bol.
Jai Sri Narottam Das Thakur ki jai.
Joy. Let's see, do we have time for Prapanna Jivanamrita? Page 83. Jai Srila Bhakti. Rakshak Sridhara Goswami Maharaja ki jai.
Jai.
Jivanamrita.
Page 83, no, Maharaj?
Page 83, text number 9.
Maybe I don't have that another copy.
Ooh,
Open another one.
want to turn it over for a minute. Prabhus, Shantavash,
Yes, Maharaj.
you can take over the class for a minute. I have to go do something for my diabetes here.
Oh, okay. Maharaj. 83. Verse 9, no?
Yes, the 9.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes. Rasraj Prabhu, do you want to read the Sanskrit? Verse 9?
Oh, sure.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Swasatrave api sat gati dayako hari. Aho baki jam stana kalakutam. Jigam sayapayajat api asadvi. Leve gatim dhatri uchitam tato andyam. Kam va dayalum saranam vrajema. Srimad Udavashya.
The translation also can read.
Okay. Srihari awards a divine destination to even his enemy. How astonishing! When Putana, the wicked sister of Bakasura, tried to kill child Krishna by offering him deadly poison on her breast, she reached a position befitting the Lord's nursemaid. Could I ever have as merciful a shelter as that Lord Krishna? Srimad Uddhava.
Do you want to comment anything, Rasraj Prabhu, on this?
Well, I remember the explanation that Srila Bhakti Rakshak Maharaj say about this verse is that Krishna was, even when Putana was like a demon and tried to poison him with she smeared some poison in the breast and tried to feed Krishna. Still Krishna saw the bad intention, but at the same time he saw like he was trying to be like a nurse, like a mother to him. And instead of punishing her, he gave her a reward for that. So he gave it like it would be like rewarding with like a nurse maid for him. So even when the intention was not good. And that's the explanation that I remember that Srila Guru Maharaj used for this verse.
Anybody else wants to say? Kanupriya Didi or Teres? Anything? Uma Didi?
I just think it's quite incredible that even with bad intention, Krishna is still giving shelter, still kind and merciful and sweet, actually.
Today, while I was taking prasadam, one of my god brother, sannyasi god brother, Bhakti Chandan Vishnu Maharaj was there, and he was talking about the opposition that is giving trouble to us for so many years in our mission. Then I was telling to him that actually the enemies, they are not outside actually. The enemies are in our heart. So this Putana, Bakasur, Aghasur, and Ravan and all these animals, they are actually in our heart. Actually, the nature of the six Goswamis, the song that the six Goswamis, Sargoswami Ashtakam is saying, Dhira Adhira Jana Priya. The great personalities like the six Goswamis, they are very dear to those who are self-controlled and those who are not, or both. They are very dear actually. So the nature of Krishna is actually that he cannot do anything bad to anybody. He cannot do actually bad to anybody. If he kills somebody, also some good happens. He cannot do bad actually. So that is the nature of Krishna. And his devotees are also like that, because by thinking about Krishna's pastime and about his glories, and always chanting and remembering those things, they also develop the qualities that Krishna has, all the good qualities. The scripture says that. So devotees also by nature cannot do bad to anybody. They cannot do actually. If they curse somebody also, something good will happen to that person. Not bad will happen. That is mercy actually. Whatever they do is good. So devotee does not see like enemy or friend like that. That is not devotee's vision. Devotee sees everything Krishna's arrangement, whatever is happening by his arrangement. So as a Krishna here, actually remember the past life of Putana. You see, past life Putana was the I think a sister of Bali Maharaj, and then she was thinking when Baman Dev took everything. Actually, before when Baman Dev came, she was very much attracted, seeing such beautiful boy. She wanted to give them breast milk. And then when he took away everything, then she thought that if I had such a child, then I would have killed by giving poison. Then Lord accepted both. And she came as Putana, given the milk also and poison also. So that way, both desires Lord fulfilled of that soul. Dandavat Maharaj. You are feeling okay, Maharaj?
Yes, I'm okay. I just had to take some insulin. I'm all right.
Maharaj, this Putana's position that Lord has given, that this sloka discusses, and also this sloka Maharaj exactly being chanted by Gadadhar Pandit, when he had some illusion about Kundari Vidyanidhi, that he was thinking that he may be a very bad person, materialist person. He is enjoying the women's dance. How can be he Vaishnava, something like that? Then Mukunda chanted this sloka. Then Kundari Vidyanidhi started to roll on the ground. Then Krishna is so merciful like that. Then Gadadhar Pandit realized that he did an offense to such great Vaishnava. And he went asked Mahaprabhu that what I must do. I did offense like that to this Vaishnava in my mind. Then he told there is no other way that you should again take initiation from that Vaishnava. You have to re-initiate. Then Gadadhar Pandit taken re-initiation from Kundari Vidyanidhi.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing that Gadadhar Pandit himself could be mistaken a devotee, huh? As a non-devotee. Isn't that amazing? Gadadhar Pandit, who
Yes,
had the
Maharaj.
mood of Radharani. He even could mistake a devotee for a non-devotee. Then what to speak of us? You know? How is it possible? Uh, So how careful we must be.
Mm.
We are not at the level of Gadadhar, who is reading to Mahaprabhu, Srimad Bhagavatam.
There is one sloka, I think it is in Chaitanya Charitamrita is there, that says, Vaishnava hoive sada savdhan, Vaisṇava-aparādha bada bada premete pade badha. He's saying that, Vaishnavas must be always very careful. If one commits to offense to a Vaishnava, great premi bhaktas also may face problem, saying like that.
A great what?
Premi bhaktas may also face problem.
Oh,
Premi bhaktas. Premi bhaktas.
a Prema Bhakta? What about?
May their prema will be disturbed by the
Oh, their
offense to the
Prema will be
Vaishnava.
disturbed, I say. Hmm. hard to understand on the highest platform. That's offense. Is it possible? Difficult, impossible to understand for us. Impossible. Hare Krishna.
But that may be the first times for teaching in this world.
Some pastimes maybe. These are going on.
We read the first edition, verse 9.
You read the entire 9, huh?
Yes, Maharaj.
So Krishna awards his enemy the highest divine position. And sometimes it's his pastimes, just like Hiranyakashipu even. So nasty to his devotee. Yeah, he put him on his lap. No. Hiranyakashipu was actually a devotee. Jai and Vijay. I don't remember which one. But he put him on his lap when he tore him apart. So, how Hiranyakashipu got that wonderful position on his lap? Can you imagine?
His deity Maharaj, Narsimha deity still worshipped with Hiranyakashipu on the lap. So many places.
Yes, that's right. We worship that Hiranyakashipu. Also, when we worship Nishingadevi has Hiranyakashipu there.
On the lap, yes.
And we're doing puja to Lord Nishinga and Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad. Deep vision is required, huh? To understand that. That Hiranyakashipu was actually a bhakta. And Jai and Vijay became Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha and the others.
Ravan Kumbhakarna. Ravan Kumbhakarna.
Okay.
And Shishupal Dantavakra.
They played for that role for the pleasure of the Lord. And Srila Maharaj used to tell about that Judas. When, Judas, the name of that person, of the disciple, he allowed him to be a disciple. Judas, the traitor, who betrayed him. Jesus was betrayed by Judas. Do you know the story? He betrayed Jesus, and he was a disciple of Jesus. He let him sit at the table when they were eating, taking prasad. He was there, invited. He didn't say anything. Oh, he did say, "One of you will betray me," but he didn't point him out. And he betrayed him, sold him to the Romans for some silver. How many? 3 pieces? 7 pieces of silver?
I don't remember.
7 pieces of silver. And then when Jesus saw him going up to Calvary, when he was going to be crucified, he had to carry his own, the stick they were going, the cross they were going to cut.
The cross.
And punish him, torture him on. He had to carry that cross. And as he was going up the mountain, Calvary, carrying that heavy cross on the way, then he saw Judas. And when the way kind of look he gave to Judas, he told in his look, just in his eyes, you have suffered more than me. You have taken more greater burden upon yourself than I have. How much grateful I must be to you. I am grateful to you. I am going to become famous after you and in my life. I'm going to become the most famous person. But you are taking the burden of becoming the most hated person. You have done this. This is your service to me. This is your pastime for my benefit. So how much I must be indebted to you, because without you, I would not be in this famous position. I would not be able to come to this famous position without your help. So unselfish you must be, so devoid of pride, that you would do this for me. Then I cannot repay you. No possible to repay you. Look with such affection upon Judas, such humility, such gratitude. And Judas was thinking, I have done the most heinous thing. I betrayed this pure soul, the spotless soul, who was so merciful, as giving his own life, giving his own life to help, to show love, to teach love. He has done this great thing, and I have done such a heinous thing. And he is not in any way envious of me, despite what I have done. He wants to only praise and glorify me. Then he could not tolerate. What a man, what a personality of such great magnitude. And I have done this betrayal. So he threw those silver coins down. And this is not something I can take any value in. And he went, and from the tree he hanged himself by the neck so that he would strangle to death.
Maharaj, there is something I heard in this context also, that he was thinking that he has used Jesus or something like that, but actually it is Jesus who used him, something like that. Is that also to do with this?
That's the idea,
Jesus
yeah.
used.
That's what Jesus was thinking. I have used you. You have become hated throughout history. You become hated throughout history, and I am going to be praised. And so I have used you for this purpose. And what glory can I give you? What payment can I give you? So great a gratitude to him and affection. And Judas felt that this person who has so much love, I have betrayed. I've done the most hideous thing. Therefore, how much I am guilty for this. My dearest friend, and I have betrayed him. How can I tolerate that? So like that, Sridhara Maharaj used to always tell, it's everything is from a perspective. It's all a point of view. Whatever point of view you may have. Angle of vision, yes. It all depends on the angle of vision. How we see things, how Krishna sees things. And they're completely different. Maybe. So we never take the superior position to Krishna. Make a judgment on things. He will judge. What is the motive? And we just try to remain with our faith, serving Krishna, and leave the judgments to others, to Krishna. We don't have what we are judging from our perspective. Yet who can judge from Krishna's perspective?
I want to say something also about that. If we see from the point of view of the Christians, they see like Judas did something bad, like he was betraying Jesus, and actually in the Holy Week they used to do in Venezuela and other countries too. At that time they bore an image of Judas, and everything that is bad for the people don't like a president or somebody, they put it like a Judas will be that president. So they make it like something very bad. But the Vaishnava, they see Jesus was using Judas for his purpose. At the same as we see like in this verse that we were reading about Putana, that also Krishna was using that for his lila, his pastime. So it's like a different point of view that Vaishnavas see it as a part of the lila of God, but the Christian, they don't look at that part in that way. They look in different. They don't see it in the same way.
Maharaj,
Yes.
actually, the Lord, and the devotee seems to be somehow and other, those who are not willing also to serve, they find a way to engage them in service actually. So that we heard about even in the case of that churning of the ocean. There, Lord used both demigods and demon. One is involved in sinful activity, and one is, just some kind of, enjoyment, spirit. So they Lord used them to churn the ocean, and they put that mountain on the back of the Lord, of tortoise, and they were just, scratching the back because he was having some pain. So they used their tendencies to some service, purpose, Lord. So somehow and other, devotees and Lord, they are merciful for the fallen souls. They're trying to help them.
And who drank the poison?
Lord Shiva.
So what is the meaning?
Actually, পরোপকারে নিজ সুখ পাশরিবে. For others' benefit, one forgets his own good.
What is that word for Lord Shiva?
This Nilkantha,
Oh,
Asutosh,
Asutosh, yes. Asutosh,
very easily pleased.
very merciful. He takes the poison. He serves the ghosts and the demons. Gives them shelter. This shows the depth, one of the great depths of personality of Godhead. This kind of quality is his personality, contains these kind of qualities. He can purify the poison, and those who approach him. I think, what is that? I told you that story of the Achyutananda, one time Prabhupada's disciple, who went to South India, and they were criticizing him. You are meat eater, how you can chant? And then he answered, you got the holy name, can't purify the meat. Eating meat is more powerful than chanting the name. So, Prabhupada gave the example. The sun comes out and the urine is dissolved, evaporated. And the part where the urine was becomes purified. The sun doesn't become contaminated. So, poison is more strong or Krishna is stronger? Poison of Putana is not stronger than Krishna. Well, he shows his supremacy by these activities. There is no evil that can defeat Krishna, that is stronger than Krishna. We may be the most evil of persons, but it is not strong enough to prevent Krishna from loving us and bringing us to his abode. And the holy name also. The holy name is stronger than us and our evil deeds. So it gives hope and faith to the devotees and never become depressed or hopeless. Become hopeless, but there's no reason for that. No fear. Krishna is there. He can help. Even we are the most fallen. Doesn't matter. Cling to Krishna's lotus feet. Even we have no hope of coming back to him, he will take us. That's by our sincerity. Very important principle in Vaishnavism. Okay, I think we'll end. Alright, so you can go to sleep.
Thank you, Maharaj. Vaiṣṇava Paramahansa Parivraj Kaccha Jagusla Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaja ki jai.
Vaiṣṇava Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Jai. Dandavad.
Dandavad, Maharaj. Dandavad.